Cigarette packs come with a warning: smoking kills. Delhi air does not, and yet it kills. At an AQI level, dancing in the 500 odd range every single day, the average Delhi NCR resident is effectively smoking an equivalent of 25 to 30 cigarettes daily without lighting a single one. This isn't activist exaggeration, it is a comparison drawn from air quality exposure studies and real-time pollution readings. Government monitoring stations are reporting AQI readings around 500. Independent platforms such as AQI.com have shown levels swinging between 600 to even 900 plus. While News9 cannot independently vouch for the absolute accuracy of either data set, here's the uncomfortable truth. Whether the AQI is 500 or 900, the air is officially hazardous. And yet, once again, the response feels familiar. The government has activated Graded Response Action Plan, or GRAP, to stage 4. It's the most severe category. But reading after reading, one reality becomes painfully clear. GRAP alone cannot grapple with pollution. At best, it can shut down construction sites, stop diesel trucks from entering the city, ban firewood, and keep children at home. But GRAP cannot blow wind over Delhi NCR to push pollutants away, nor can it stop internal combustion engine vehicles from plying or prevent stubble burning across state borders. Air pollution is not an inconvenience anymore, it is an emergency. Even the Supreme Court has repeatedly said this, calling air pollution a public health crisis and comparing the situation in parts of North India to a gas chamber. So the real question is no longer whether GRAP has been implemented. The question is, what will it take for the government to act beyond emergency mode? Because GRAP is not preventive, it is reactive. It kicks in after the air turns poisonous, but not before. Now consider this, the economics of breathing. The average Delhi resident pays roughly about 1.8 lakh rupees in direct income tax to the government every year, about 15,000 rupees a month or 500 rupees a day. But this 500 rupees a day cannot buy clean air to breathe. If you add GST, the number multiplies, yet the most basic, breathable air remains unaffordable. And the real cost of pollution is far higher than hospital bills. According to medical and economic assessments, including a Times of India opinion piece from last month, air pollution is now the single largest external threat to life expectancy in India. The analysis points that Delhiites live 5 to 7 years less on average due to chronic exposure to polluted air. A loss that doesn't just shortens the life, but also shrinks India's economic output. That means fewer productive years, lower lifetime earnings, and reduced tax collections, higher healthcare spendings, and lower productivity. Ultimately, a direct hit to India's GDP, as air pollution isn't just choking lungs, it is shrinking the economy. So what exactly is poisoning Delhi's air? Vehicle emissions, especially diesel, construction dust, industrial pollution, stubble burning in neighboring states, firewood and biomass burning, firecrackers. And then comes the final trap, weather conditions that lock pollution over the Indo-Gangetic Plain. Some of these are structural, some are policy failures, and many are entirely predictable every single year. Now let's be clear about what can be prevented and what cannot. What can be controlled? Vehicle restrictions, cleaner fuel enforcement, construction dust and its management, industrial shutdowns during peak pollution, crop residue alternatives for farmers. What cannot be controlled? Wind direction and weather patterns. But what continues to fail policy-wise this year is dependence on diesel and coal, weak and overcrowded public transport, unregulated construction, crop residue management failures. urban planning that ignores the airflow, lack of clean energy backups. And this is why GRAP keeps failing, because India treats air pollution like a seasonal emergency and not a chronic public health crisis. So every winter, we scramble, we ban, we restrict, we suffer. Then pollution dips, attention fades, and we wait until next year. So, is GRAP useless? No, because GRAP saves lives during emergencies and prevents complete collapse when pollution spikes and spirals out of control. However, it was never designed to carry the weight of India's air crisis alone. It was meant to be the last resort and not the only response. Every winter, Delhi waits to choke before acting. Every year, children are told to stay indoors. Every year, officers carry on as if lungs are expendable. And this is not a failure of one single policy. This is a structural failure of how India treats the air it breathes. And the longer real solutions are delayed, clean transport, regional coordination, agriculture reforms, and strict enforcement, the more toxic the cost becomes for our lungs, for our children, and for our future. Because clean air is not a luxury. It is the most basic promise a state owes its citizens, and Delhi is still waiting for it.